Welcome to Linux commands that work on Cisco IS routers and switches. In this video, we're going to go over commands that are exactly the same between Cisco IOS and one of them that's pretty close, and then I'm going to show you examples of how they work. mkdir, mkdir, it creates a directory or folder in the same directory that you execute the command from. For Linux, I do want to make a distinction that it's different from nano. If you wanted to create a specific type of file, you would use the nano command in Linux. pwd means print working directory. It just shows you the current folder or directory that you are currently in. dir, which is short for directory, what it does is it shows you the contents of the current directory. Alright, so the two commands that we're going to look at here are not exactly the same. rm is the Linux command that allows you to remove directory and files, while delete is the Cisco IOS command that allows you to delete files and directories. And so there's a couple of distinctions that I want to make. You can just use the rm, then space, then the file name in order to delete files for Linux. And you can just use delete, space, and then the file name on Cisco IOS and then delete that file. But if you want to delete a directory and you try and do that, then it's actually going to throw an error and you have to use the commands that I have down at the bottom. For the rm command on Linux, you have to use the -r argument. And then for the Cisco IOS delete command, you have to add in the /force and the /recursive, and then put in the name of the directory. All right, so now we're going to get to some examples here. All right, so I've got GNS3 powered on, and I've got a network automation device and a Cisco IOS router powered up as well. So my first step is I'm going to use mkdir to make a directory on each of them. We ask you to verify on Cisco IOS. The second command that we're going to do is pwd, just print working directory again. pwd, enter, and then it shows me that I'm in the root directory on Linux. And then pwd on the router shows me that I am in /0. Then the third command is going to be dir, which again shows us the contents of the working directory. And then we can see that the only thing that's in there is the test directory that I created. Then dir on the router, and again we can see that we have the test directory in there and then some other stuff that comes by default. And then the only thing that we have left is rm and delete. So what we're going to try and do is delete the test directory that I created. All right, so that didn't work. It's not allowing me to remove it because it's a directory. And the solution to this is that we just put in that other command that I showed you. So you can see that the command went through, and we'll do a dir just to look at the contents again, and we can see that it's no longer there. And then for Cisco IOS, it is the delete command. So we'll go delete test, delete file test, confirm. Then you can see that there's also a problem there because it's a directory. And so as a solution, we're going to use that same command that I showed you before. You can see that time the command went through, and I'm going to do a dir to verify, and the test directory is gone. All right, well that pretty much concludes this video. I showed you some of the overlapping commands between Linux and Cisco IOS, and if you found this helpful, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.